Hello and welcome to my quick tip on how to mount a GoPro to a quadcopter um, using a very easy and cheap method. You'll notice this plate here that I have my GoPro attached to, and I can just slide the GoPro off of here, and I have it as a standalone unit. So this plate, where did it come from? Well, believe it or not, it actually came from the GoPro box. Typically when you buy a GoPro, you get a whole bunch of different ways of mounting adapters and all that kind of stuff. What I ended up using was actually the top of the box. When you buy a GoPro, there's a plate that's actually attached to the top of the box, and there's a plastic cover that kind of covers the whole thing. I don't have the plastic cover anymore, but you'll notice there, you can even see where the tape was. This plate was attached to the top of this box. What's neat about it is it has a GoPro slide on there, so I can slide my GoPro on or off at any time. It's held on with these nylock nuts. They have a little bit of nylon in them, keeps them from unthreading. So I'm going to go ahead and unscrew this and kind of show you a couple things that I did. Okay, here you can see the inside, and all I did was I took some threaded rod that I start down here, and it actually runs all the way through for these 4 different posts. And you can see that I have these nylon standoffs that kind of hold the board in place, and then I put some little rubber grommets. You can get these at any hardware store or even at the hobby shop to kind of help dampen things. And then you'll notice the potentiometers right here. I actually crudely drilled some holes through this plate, so I had access to those potentiometers. To drill the holes, it was actually pretty easy to do. What I ended up doing was taking my digital micrometers, and I actually measured diagonally across these posts, like so, and took that measurement, brought it over to my plate, and there's actually on the back side, you can almost see a grid pattern, and I ended up just marking dividing in half, basically, the distance, and then marking that distance so I had the locations of these holes. You can kind of see that those are equal. Once I had those drilled, I drilled them a little bit larger than the size of the threaded rod. Then you just place the mount on there, like so. Again, you can kind of see I have access down into the potentiometers right there. Make sure the mount is pointing forward. Okay, this is actually the back of my quadcopter. I didn't want the little yellow ball to be in my video shots, so this is the front of my quadcopter. So you go ahead and place that where you want it to be, and then just use these nylon nuts to screw the plate in place. Now the only trick with this is on the front and the back, especially the back, if you want to be able to get the camera mount to slide out, this little foot, if you wanted to get it to slide out, this rear bolt needs to be pretty low. What I mean by that is once this is all threaded on, you don't want any extra threaded rods sticking up. I'll show you what I mean here in just a second. So screw this on kind of tight, not too tight. You don't want any vibrations. So make sure that once you get everything screwed down, it's not sloppy, but you also don't want to cinch it down overly tight because you want some of the dampening effect to happen. So I'm just going to go ahead and maybe screw the front and the back one on for this demonstration. So here you can see there's still a little bit of slop going on right there. So I'm going to tighten that down a little bit more until it's until there's no more slop. Now you can see back here the threaded rod doesn't stick much higher than the nut, so I should be able to slide this unit on. It clips into place. I can set the angle that I want and tighten down that thumb screw, and there is a cheap and easy GoPro camera mount.